What's up, YouTube? Back at it. And out of the blue, keep popping up. Roda Osman pops up again on a podcast I was watching. She thought she's about to come cook, and she got roasted. Not in a disrespectful way, but some people might take it harsh, but it's like intervention. Intervention. It got to be harsh to get the job done. And if you don't know nothing about this old scammer right here, you might look her up on YouTube or something. She was the brick lady that swore she got hit in the face with a brick, and a bunch of guys that stood around and watched. Turns out she was lying, and she was a scam artist, and been doing this quite often. And then a couple people did reaction videos. I think I did at one point. Just another one here. But she was on a podcast today and got roasted. So we're going to do a quick catch up. 5, 6, maybe 8 minutes. That's to bring you up to speed. If you don't know who she are and how we got to this point where she came on this podcast today, looking for sympathy, and got none of it.
Claimed a man threw a brick at her head because she would not give him her phone number, is now wanted by Houston police. This story got national attention after that woman live streamed what she claimed was the aftermath on Instagram and started a GoFundMe. Only KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is talking with the prosecutor on this case tonight. He joins us live near the Galleria with the latest. Bryce.
Daniela, Houston police got called to this street in September, and when they arrived, the woman seen in that viral video told them that an Uber driver threw a brick at her head and then tried to kidnap her. But tonight, she has become the focus of this criminal investigation because Houston police say the surveillance footage captured by cameras on this street doesn't match her story.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watched.
This video with more than 1 million likes on the Shade Room's Instagram page captured the moments after what appeared to be a brutal attack in West Houston.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
The woman is 33-year-old Roda Osman.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Seen here in tears in a hospital gown.
She told the detective that responded that she was hit in the head with a brick after she refused to give her phone number to a guy on the street.
And was that verified by any of the evidence that detectives looked at?
No, that was not verified.
Harris County prosecutor Keith Houston says surveillance videos from that early September morning show Osman hitting a man first.
So she's the one she was the aggressor?
She was the aggressor, yes.
And it was a water bottle that hit her, not a brick?
He did have a water bottle in his hand, and we think that's what left the mark.
According to court documents, she asked someone else to launch this GoFundMe for her recovery.
Whoa, look how much money she raised. Uh-oh.
Raising more than $42,000. But as the story went viral, a blogger on TikTok called police, alerting them to this 2020 GoFundMe, which claimed a vicious assault by a security guard in Minneapolis.
Detective Thornton verified with Minneapolis police that there was no assault done at that time. It was completely fictional.
Prosecutors allege theft by deception and believe she would have received all that money had the campaign not been shut down.
The violence that I have suffered since September 3rd is just unbelievable. I can't even believe I'm here. They try to leave me for dead.
In an Instagram story posted Wednesday, Osman addressed those who have doubted her.
I actually have things going on in my life. I actually have real ways to make money. I don't have to get a GoFundMe for money. I actually can earn income because I'm actually educated and I actually am talented.
Spokesperson for GoFundMe telling KPRC2 GoFundMe has zero tolerance for the misuse of our platform. The fundraiser has been removed from the platform. All donors have been refunded, and Roda Osman has been banned from using the platform for any future fundraisers. Osman did not respond when I reached out to her on Instagram this evening. Tonight, she is wanted here in Harris County on that theft charge. Anyone with information on her whereabouts can report that.
Did you just hear what my G just said? She is wanted for theft. Y'all can go back and rewind the video. Wow.
To Houston police. We're live near the Galleria. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
Right, Bryce. All right, Bryce.
And this is how we got to the point.
This is such a big deal because This is what I'm talking about when I say I'm taking my life back, brick by brick.
Brick by
Pun
brick.
intended. Because 4 months ago, when this incident happened, I was afraid to check my mailbox. I didn't think that I could ever go out by myself. And as a woman that has been on her own since she was 16 and has traveled over 20 countries and most of them by herself, that was just so depressing. But here I am on a solo trip that I decided 5 days ago that I was going to go on. And I'm here and I feel protected, divinely protected.
So she was taking the GoFundMe money to go to Jamaica.
And I wish that for all black women across the diaspora, because black women, we created this world. We deserve to explore it. We deserve to enjoy it. We deserve to see it. And this is just a big deal. Like, this is progress. I'm so proud of myself for doing this. And I'm trying to learn how to live my life safely and enjoy it. I may never be the carefree girl I once was, but I am on a different foundation and I'm solid as I'm in Jamaica! I'm asking you guys to help support not just me, but our entire community, because I cannot do this by myself. Not only am I a mother, I'm a full-time student and a full-time employee. And I have given the Houston Police Major Assaults Unit a confession video. I literally done all the work for them, and also gave them a confession video of saying that not only did he assault me, but that he does not care. And there's also other audios that I have given him that he has said he wants to monetize this. He also said that he will never get arrested in Houston. And now I'm starting to believe him, because who does he have in his pockets when you have a whole confession video, you have hospital records, you have police records? Like, what is going on? I have left them over 20 messages, over 20 emails. And guess what? They will not respond to me or update me. But they respond to people and pick-me's and red pill losers who have nothing to do with this case. They don't even live in Houston. They are just agents of chaos. And what is happening is that they want to tone police all of us. They want to let all gendered oppressed people know that if you ever speak out, you will be punished, and you will be punished badly. And these people are mad because they tried to unalive me. They tried to leave me for dead, and I'm not dead. I'm alive and well.
See, that's why that whole thing. Now, some cases like this does happen for real. But when you get somebody coming out because they say this is a black woman doing this, it's like ethnic identity. So it just make everybody look bad on that level. So it was a guy from real cool dude from Detroit, Michigan, Anton Daniels, that does his podcast, does mentoring, phenomenal black guy. And he was doing a podcast, and they had a couple topics. And then if you look down in probably the left-hand corner of your screen, you see Roho Bashi, the infamous Roda Osama. That's what I'm going to call her. Roda Osama. I don't know. That's what we're going to call her. But you know who I'm talking about. And the top of the discussion was 50-50 in relationship. And this how it started, and then this happened.
Going tomorrow, he's only renting you for the moment. If he don't propose to you, then you should be paying your half and he should be paying his half.
Okay.
I personally wouldn't be living with anybody that I'm not married to. Me personally.
I think those women on that TikTok trend, I think all of them were married to those men who were looking like you don't pay anything anyway. I don't think those men were boyfriends. I think they were husbands. So it makes sense.
I don't know about that, Ava.
Yeah, okay.
Most of them were husbands, though. I didn't see a lot of boyfriends on there. Now, there were a lot of boyfriends on the 50-50 side.
So, okay. So my question is, how long do you wait before you do your special little trick in the bedroom?
I think this man changed the whole subject. But what I wanted to say is, I think that we also have to like think about whether it's a wife or a girlfriend, all of the unpaid labor that comes with having a woman in the house. You know, I'm you know, I've been married before. I'm single now. But if I had the opportunity to be a man, I would definitely pay all the rent, because I know now I'm getting meals. Now I'm getting a clean house. Think about it. If you paid for a cleaner and you paid for a chef, and you paid for a nanny, and you paid for a therapist, and you paid for that. That's far more than paying the bills.
So basically, she's saying she a 304 without saying she a 304. I gotta pay you to be a wife.
Unpaid labor is unpaid labor. I'm just thinking and then I think it all depends on what the woman is doing in the household. But if a woman is there for you, doing the therapy, cooking the food, taking care of your kids, washing the clothes, doing all that stuff, that would cost you probably more than your whole income.
So Rhoda,
so now you get a house to live in as well.
Rhoda, this is a house that you got to build brick by brick, okay? You just don't get it.
Shots fired.
You here. All right. That's
shots
why
fired.
How long do you wait before you hit that special Gok 3000? I feel like every dude should make a woman wait a
personally, I wouldn't date a man that's waiting for me to do something sexually for him to reward me any kind of way. I wouldn't date that. I wouldn't do that. And I will say this, okay? So me, I've been on my own since I was 16. I've been able to pay bills my whole entire life. I can pay bills by myself. To me, there's no incentive for me to live with a man if he's not paying the bills. I can take care of 100% on my own. But if I'm going to live with a man now, if you want me to pay, if you want a roommate, homie, just say that.
Rhoda, now hold on. Hear me out, because a couple years back, I was watching this woman. She got hit
trigger alert,
and she was saying she need protection. So if you had a man, he probably was paying rent, but he had protection for you.
So I think you're really trying to be funny. And I think
let him cook.
You try.
Let him cook.
Be funny. I know exactly. I don't know why you would bring up something that happened a year ago to me, and and this is not even the topic. But if you want to talk about that, we can talk about that. We can talk about that. But I don't want to come and take over general. But I think that making jokes and laughs about violence is just not funny. It's never going to be funny. It's never a place for. There's never a place for that.
That had to happen first. That didn't happen.
What does a man in my household paying bills have anything to do with a violent random man on the street? Whether I have a husband paying my rent or not, every woman is susceptible to be around a violent man. Those two, if you're going to have a conversation, you're going to have to be cohesive, and you're going to have to learn how to follow the conversation. But if you can't do that, you're going from sex, and now you're going to violence. And maybe sex and violence are the only two things.
Now, keyword, I know y'all hate me interrupting, but he said be cohesive and follow the conversation. Just keep that in mind. Doing the words out her mouth.
That you're able to think about.
You think I have somebody I love in the bricks, in the projects? You think I'm gonna have my girl in the bricks?
Again, I cannot follow somebody who has trouble with cohesive sentences. You went from sex to a scandal to protection, and now you're talking about the projects.
I'm trying.
You're gonna try to stay on topic, honey, and then I will try to follow you.
So I have a question, 2K. 2K
from CTE.
2K, to take it back, do you think that men should step up more regarding pain? Huh?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Every man should step in the way of a woman that's getting a brick thrown in front of her.
Paying mortgages.
Paying mortgages.
That's getting hit with the brick.
The thing is, I think that you're trying to get a moment off of something that was very violent, and also I think you think that you're funny, but you're not. And I also think that you can hurt my feelings, sweetheart. What I've dealt with, you cannot hurt my feelings with these basic lame jokes. These are lame jokes, and they're pathetic. And you're like getting off the topic, and you're wasting the productivity level here. I'm gonna tell you something, honey. I got hit by a brick. I got globally brutalized. I got criminalized. And guess what? I'm still here looking better than you and doing better than you and still intellectual and still fine. Got hit with the head and still fine. I'm not struggling with cohesiveness. Let me tell you something. You cannot hurt my feelings. So that's what you're trying to do. Stop, because you can't. All you do is remind me how strong I am and how resilient I am and how dope I am. But thank you for that reminder, because today I forgot that I was a bad bitch. still, thank you for the reminder that I'm a bad bitch and that I constantly survive men like you. It's not funny. You have sisters, you have daughters, I'm pretty sure you have daughters because you look like you don't fucking use a condom or ever heard of one. So let me tell you something. I have survived that shit. That was my trauma and I'm still dealing with it. And I survived it and I'm better. But your little lame ass jokes are pathetic and they're not hitting, honey. They're not hitting. You think you're eating, but you ate too much. That's why you look like that. You ate too much food, and you should have been reading a book, and then you could have ate with talking shit to me. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're trying to hurt my feelings, baby, it's not gonna work. Every time a lame ass nigga talks about this kind of shit, all it does is remind me that I'm a business queen, and you're not gonna hurt my feelings. But you can look like a lame ass nigga and keep talking about this, or you can try to sit down and have a productive conversation with the other people in this room and respect everybody's time. Thank you.
That ain't finna go nowhere over here.
Okay.
That ain't finna go nowhere over here. Seen on microwave before this live started. She had little shit all on.
Oh yeah, I like to eat. I might have a bite or two. But guess what? I can also read and read. Okay, and maybe the body's teased. I don't know why you're talking about what I eat or not. Who cares? But you look like you're struggling.
Okay.
But you know what? January, new year, new you. I'll see you in the gym.
Yeah, shout out to y'all in the chat.
Damn.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's here. That was
Baby, I promise you, you cannot tongue tussle with me. I will hurt your feelings and have you out here crying. So just stop. I'm gonna tell you right now to stop because you can't tongue tussle with me. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm stronger than you and more intellectual than you and funnier than you.
Okay.
So, but you want to do that? If you want to go there, honey, you want to make this. If you want to make this a light roast, we can. But yeah, like I said, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. I stand on my shit. I'm very proud of myself and the way I handle that. And I know that if it was you, you would have crumbled. If it was you, you wouldn't even be here.
Wow.
If a man hit you over the head, you wouldn't be here.
I was wondering if y'all had some brown sugar.
Hey, y'all got them bricks in the comments.
I got a little bit.
I was really hoping for a productive conversation with productive people. And like I said, you can picture.
Do you have some brown sugar?
Can you shut the fuck up?
Calm down, everybody. Just okay.
I trusted Island Girl and her page. I don't know what kind of people you affiliate yourself with, and I don't care who's on the chat. But like I said, the people who are trying to brutalize me are the most. You know who they are. You know the kind of men who are making fun of the Brick situation are the kind of men who would have sold you in Africa into slavery. That's the kind of man who thinks that is enjoyable. The kind of men who are relishing and abusing women online and making fun of all this violence and using white supremacist tactics and all this stuff. Those are the men who would have sold you in slavery. Those are the men who would have been working for the FBI when you was fucking down with the Black Panthers. Those are the fucking worst of the worst of our community. So if that's who you want to pander to, I understand. But I would implore you to elevate just a little bit. Because I feel like you have some other people in this room that might be able to teach you something. So how about you just close your mouth and let more intellectual people speak?
Okay,
thank you.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
Have some brown sugar.
Let's start with the first topic, y'all.
Can I apologize to him?
Okay.
Baby, he got enough sugar in his tank. He got a lot of sugar in his tank. He's sassy as hell. He's over there trying to pander to the men in the comments. I can't see the comments. Is there a way for me to see it? But if there is, he's over there looking at the comments like, how can I pander to these men? Baby, they're not going to buy you a Burger King. Calm down.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna get back on topic. Let's go. Okay.
No, because she a real brick house as a woman. I agree.
Okay.
Gotcha, bitch.
Let's get back on the first topic. Welcome to the show, you guys. That
what
was
up, though?
Icebreaker.
Wait, we didn't even talk about it.
Right.
No. We're
done. Mic on.
We're done.
No, I want to talk about that. I really do.
You know what's so funny? I never meet men like this in real life. All the men I really meet in real life that I'm in community with are amazing. But it's always when they get behind a little mic and they see this other man, they get all, baby, go back to the freaking mother's basement you came from.
Is my mic on?
It wasn't
no thank you. Thank you. Shit.
Remember that lie you told? You said it wasn't no amazing man around.
What lie did I tell? What lie did I tell?
The mic 2K. Can we talk about the topic? Y'all crashing out.
If you want to talk to me about that situation, honey, I have all the evidence. I didn't lie about shit. That's a whole fucking, the lie is the fucking men who would have sold you into slavery. They lied. But anyways, don't worry. Y'all gonna make me some money. Y'all gonna make a bitch retired rich.
We already made you money. How much did you get from the scandal?
I got $0 from that, honey. No, zero. You don't have the information. You should stop talking about things that you don't have the information for. You didn't get no money. I didn't lie. Honey, you're reading headlines. You're reading headlines from bloggers who are exploiting me. And you're acting like it's, oh, the police have never, ever got it wrong. The police have always fucking charged the right people. Shit, baby, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't have the information. You don't know what you're talking about. You're reading headlines. You're pandering to other fucking misogynist men, and you're pathetic right now, baby. Like I said, you're not on my level. You want, honey, you don't know what you're talking about. Get the facts, the books are out there. If you want the truth, it's out there. I didn't come here for this. I didn't come here to talk to you ladies. I don't know what's going on.
Hold on.
And like I said, you don't stress me out.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Is it Ro? Can I call you Ro?
Yes, sir.
Call a hoe.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that most men are misogynistic?
I think most people are misogynistic, women and men included, because we're all socialized to be that way. In this country, especially in America or Western countries, we are all socialized to be anti-black and to be misogynist. Women have to do the work just like men to decolonize and like fuck with, like, even women have to do the work to do anti-misogyny work, to become a girl's girl, to be to decenter, to care about women.
What makes us misogynistic in your opinion?
I think, like I said, I think we're socialized to be that way. Everything in our country, we're constantly being fed things that are anti-women.
No. I mean, like, not according to what you think is being socialized, but as far as like what makes me misogynistic? I know that misogyny in a lot of people's instances are attached to masculinity, right? I see terms thrown out like toxic masculinity, that type of stuff. What would make a person misogynistic? And like, as far as like, give me an example. What would that look like in 2024 going into 2025?
I don't think misogyny has a look. I think it's an ideology, right? It's a thought process. It's the lens that you see the world in. And if you see the world in a lens where you think that women don't, if you're following the Western world and how you're going to see it, you're going to be misogynist. Even me, myself, as a person who has a doctorate in women and gender studies, when I was in the program, thinking that I was already, like, I thought I was decolonized.
Doctorates?
Hold on.
Yeah,
Let her cook. Go ahead.
I thought that when I entered that space, I was 28 years old, and I really thought I've been a girl's girl forever. I've always had women's back. I advocate for women. I advocate for Black people. But when I started reading those books and stuff like that, there was work that I had to do to undo stuff. I didn't realize that there was stuff that I was still doing that's participating in misogyny. And I think that there's still work to do. I think it's a constant reflexivity, a constant looking at yourself in the way that you're handling things. I just like like a couple of months ago, a Black woman on TikTok had said something about me, and I made a video in response to her, and that was misogyny because I didn't make no video responses for knuckleheads like him.
What did she
because
say?
I didn't make because knuckleheads like this guy have been bothering me forever, and I've never made a response video.
No. See, hold on, row. Hold on, 2K. Hold on, 2K.
Is he a comedian? Because if he is, I just think that he should just choose better subjects.
Focus on me for 1 second.
Okay, I'm sorry. What I was saying is like, so here's a distinction. There were so many men who were harassing me constantly, and I never felt the need to make any response videos for them. But as soon as it was a Black woman, I did it. And I thought, the way that I told myself, because we always tell ourselves lies, right? When we're doing things, we don't want to be honest. I told myself, oh, I'm doing this because she's a Black woman and I'm protecting other Black women. So I'm mad at her for this. But when I started to do the internal work, I was like, why do I feel more comfortable responding to her and not him?
Do you think that there's a level of accountability? But hold on, but do you think that there's a level of accountability on your part, and that it's not that most guys are misogynistic, but there's a lot of guys that are getting out of prison every single day because of being accused of something that they didn't do, because it's a whole agenda behind believe all women by default and not because they can actually prove that you did anything to them. And so do you think that it's valid for men to question everything the same way that we question each other, right? I don't by default believe anything that anybody says, but if somebody makes hold on, give me a second. If somebody makes an accusation, do you think that those guys are misogynistic because they hold you accountable? Because listen, we've advocated as a society, as a culture, for women to be equal. How do we justify the misogynistic label when people hold you accountable?
Okay, so that was very loaded. So let me try to break it down because I don't want to just overthink. So here's one. No, holding somebody accountable is not misogyny. And but I do believe that one, there might be an agenda to believe all women, but it's never been acted out. It's never been, it might be a theory that people came up with. It might even be an agenda. If you want to say, I don't think it's an agenda, it might be all of those things, but it's never been practiced. We don't believe women.
You don't think so?
No, we don't. We still don't believe women, and we certainly don't believe black women. And I think it's very important to understand that black women, we deal with everything that black men deal with, and then on top of that, we deal with misogyny. So when you say that people are accusing you guys of things, people accuse things of us. Black women walk down the street and people be like, "Oh, she did this," and everybody believes it. So we also deal with the accusations from people. So hold on. Black women, no, white women can carry us anytime. Hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish, darling. Okay. So that's one thing. Black women are always susceptible to also be accused of things, and without anybody believing them. And two, the system hates all of us. So me as a black woman, I'm gonna tell you something about me. Yeah, the system, there's police and all of that. Me as a black woman, when I go to the police, they don't believe me, and they certainly don't see me as a person that deserves protection.
Why?
So I'm always going to have a higher level of scrutiny already from the police. So now if my people hold me down with a whole higher level of scrutiny, that's fine. But there's a difference between holding somebody accountable and then also choosing not to believe them because you're trying to protect an image. Most people were not worried about trying to find out the truth. They were trying to conceal the truth. Whether it was true or not, they didn't want it to come out because they were worried about how that would affect black men.
You're making it personal back to
okay,
the
so
whole
I'm
Brick
saying,
situation.
yeah,
I'm not
because you guys brought it up and nobody was talking about that.
And it's not no you
but
guys. I'm not a monolith. I'm my own individual. Hold on.
Here's my personal. This is what I would do.
So at this point, she even starting to tick Antoine off. He like, okay, I'm trying to chill, rock with you. You know, everything is fair and even. But he's like, okay, even at like Anton Daniels is not about to pander to her. You know, this is one of the guys Kevin Samuels spoke about. Think about it. High value man. This is one of the guys.
Somebody, so guess what? Okay, how about let's make it general. If somebody comes out right now, any one of these women or men, I don't care, because I don't even think about gender that way. If anybody comes out right now and says so and so did this to me, what I think is the most practical thing for the society that we live in right now is just to believe the person. Why? Hold on. Let me tell you why. You want to hear why I think that? The reason why I think that is because if I decide, no, I don't believe you, and now I'm all asking all these questions, guess what? Now the truth is much more muddier because everybody's putting in a theory and all that. Hold on, listen. You're not letting me finish a complete thought. I'm trying to finish a complete thought. No, hold on.
No, listen.
Right now, but listen,
let me tell you what's wrong with your argument.
I didn't get to finish. I didn't make the argument yet. Yes, I am going to land it, please. You threw a lot of questions at me. I'm trying to answer one. Let me answer this one. Okay. So now if we let this person speak and we all just be quiet and be like, okay, that's what your story is, and we be quiet, we allow them to keep speaking and keep talking without interruption. And that if they're lying, they will hang themselves. We will give them enough rope to hang themselves because we're allowed. If you let a liar lie, a liar will expose themselves because you're going to be like, okay, what's the more details? Give us more details. Give us more details.
And she the one that been talking for the longest. So if you've been following this along, ain't she hanging herself right now? That's exactly what the fuck she doing. She hanging herself.
We will be able to catch them, but we don't do that. The minute somebody says this happened to me, we're like, liar.
This is the problem. This is the problem. Y'all have been incentivized to lie.
Who's y'all?
Women.
Because black women don't get to participate in that.
Yes,
black women don't have.
Yes,
no, black women don't.
There are men every single day, and you really need to look up the statistics with regard to.
No, I actually know. I have a woman in gender studies. I know this. That
you didn't hear what I was about to say. You didn't hear what I was about to say.
Black women don't have that.
You didn't hear what I was about to say.
Sure.
You really need to look up the statistics with regard to the Innocence Project, and with regard to the Innocence Project, there are men every single day that either cop out or they're just now being freed because the technology that we have today has just caught up to where we can actually test to realize that there are a lot of people that were incentivized to lie on men, whether it be because, like, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. And I always like to cite this example because this is the antithesis of what you're preaching. The woman that accused the Duke lacrosse team of raping him, she was lying. She lied beautifully. And here's the worst part about it. Nobody came back and apologized to the lacrosse team, and all of those guys' reputations were ruined. They got kicked out of school. It's men that get arrested, removed from their job because they have no retribution. Nobody ever gives the consequences to these people that are lying. And it doesn't mean that it's not things that happen to people. But I don't like it when people then generalize and say to believe all women, because that would mean to automatically demonize somebody else. Because
no, we don't.
The way that the justice system is supposed to work is that it's innocent until proven guilty. But when you say believe all women, if women was believable, we wouldn't have to preach it.
That's the fact.
We wouldn't have to preach it.
But how come?
I see women lie every single day. Every day. People.
I see men lie every single day.
People lie.
People
but
lie.
I am never going to give.
Okay, so what space do you create for a victim? What space do you create for a victim? So what do you think a victim should? What can a victim do? Because guess what? I said that I got hit. Everybody called me a liar, and guess what? That man said he got hit, and I'm still being called a liar. He said he hit me on 3 different platforms.
Listen.
So I'm just saying, what do you do about the people? Because it was brought up. I didn't bring it up. I don't talk about that. I don't talk about that.
Bringing up this situation, and I'm telling you,
it was brought up.
No, I did.
So is this the legendary victim mindset?
Didn't bring it up. I'm talking to you. That he is a different person. I didn't bring that up. You keep bringing it up in order to justify your argument.
Do you have a sister or a daughter?
I got 3 brothers and I have 1 daughter.
Okay. I also will agree. Here's my thing. As a person who has experience, it's hard not to speak from experience. I do think that when women are, I do think that there's a way. I think that especially a Black woman should never go to social media. If you've been assaulted, don't ever go to social media. Never, ever, ever do that. I totally agree with that. But the system doesn't advocate for women too. Like as a Black woman walked into a police station
and said that you are bitter and you are scorned.
I'm not bitter and I'm not scorned. I am deeply heartbroken. I'm deeply heartbroken because what happened to me was brutal. And to happen to your own community, it was brutal. Because guess what? I'm a person who has advocated for our Black community forever. I've been to all the protests.
I think that
everything I've done around.
You need to do some self-searching.
You don't know me, sweetheart, and you don't know what I'm trying to do. That was a brutal thing that I went through, and this guy laughed about it.
I'm offended at everything. You keep introducing yourself into the conversation in your own personal situation. So when I then speak to it, then that makes it valid. I never asked you your personal situation. I was speaking.
He brought it up. You know what you're doing right now? You're negating the fact that I came here prepared to have an adult conversation about the topic that was at hand.
Shit about to get real.
The reason why you get the type of energy that you get.
For me not to react to my trauma is crazy. First of all, I have done a lot of
care about your trauma.
I can tell that you don't care.
I don't care about your trauma. And what you don't.
I can tell you don't care.
Hold on.
I can tell you don't care.
Get back to it, y'all. I promise.
But we're not going to act like I came here to have a conversation about the topic that you guys want to have and to add an intellectual level. I don't have a problem. You don't know what problems I have. You don't know me.
I know it because I'm paying attention to what you interacting with me right now. I'm speaking on what my personal interaction with you in this short amount of time is.
What you're negating was that somebody. Okay, so let me talk about the worst thing that ever happened to you. Laugh about it, and then when you react to it, be like, "Oh, you know what? This is the problem that you have." You're negating what he did. Okay, I can tell that you don't care. I can tell you don't care.
Bringing it up.
I didn't bring it up. He brought it up.
And
now that you bring it up, you can't act like it didn't happen.
I don't care about what the fuck you think about your situation. If you want to address that with him separately, offline,
I don't think that anybody, I don't think that you or him have the range to have that conversation with me.
I'm having it with you right now.
You don't need no range for the paperwork.
Stop 2K. Stop 2K. Give me 1 second. Your problem, and give me a second. You
don't know what my problems are. You have no idea
You're free to respond. I'm trying not to mute you because I want to make sure that we had this conversation. You introduced yourself into the conversation with me. You keep introducing your own personal situation when I was talking in general. Your problem, and this is the problem of a lot of women that's out here, is that you bring this type of energy on you. I know women that ain't never had a problem with a man in their life. I know women that ain't never been assaulted. I know women that ain't never had.
So now you're saying that I bring that kind of energy to myself.
Stop. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to speak, but I keep trying to tell you that your femininity is your secret weapon. That's the thing that you have as a trump card. You talk too much. You too aggressive. You masculine. It ain't that we think
I'm masculine.
We can identify when a woman want to act like a man, and we treat you as such.
No, I do not. First of all, the men I'm in community with, the men that I'm in community with,
if you want to have that type of energy like this, I gotta mute you because you're not gonna keep interrupting me. If you gonna have that type of energy, cool. Listen, ladies, let them run. Let them run.
So Antoine Daniels had to shut her out, mute her. The same thing what Kevin Samuels used to do because he like trying to have a logical conversation with her, and she think because she loud she need to be right. That's because you loud and over talking people don't mean you need to be right. And you get a lot of judges that do it in courtrooms too. They talk for 20 minutes, you can't even answer a question, and they cut you off and all this. But you understand the motion.
Could we slow clap?
Hold on, and I just want to say this.
Damn.
I want to say this really quickly because I never ever and it ain't a person up here that could say that I was offensive. It ain't a person up here that could say I called her out of her name. It ain't a person up here that could say that I said anything negative to her whatsoever. She introduced herself into this conversation. She got met with aggression. And I would implore every guy to stand 10 toes down and stop letting these chicks bully you just because she a woman. She can't bully nobody up here. And I tried to offer her grace by being an intercessor between her and 2K. But the reality of it is that type of woman, the personification of her and any woman that's like her are going to have problems for their entire life with men, with society, with the police, with labels. And they always gonna be a victim. Those type of women are always gonna be a victim. And the problem, here's the other part of that problem, is that women, y'all gonna be the ones that get labeled as angry black women because she is going to be your representative. It's always the loudest ones in the room that's gonna paint a picture, and it don't matter how feminine you are, you basically gonna have to go in there. You know how they say that you got to go in there? A lot of times we got to go into the workplace or we got to go into the classrooms and we got to perform 10 times harder. It's not because society is racist. It's because they then represent you, and then they create a personification in other people's minds, and y'all got to go out there and fight the fight for them because y'all don't hold them accountable. If y'all keep letting them type of woman get away and paint the picture and y'all keep supporting them in the name of black women, guess what? I don't believe that most black women are like that. I tend to believe through my own personal experience in real life that most black women are feminine, they cool, they dope. Even if they have a difference of opinion with you, they then lean to their femininity because they truly are that. They can't avoid what it is that God made them. But if y'all keep letting these fuck chicks come up here and embarrass y'all, and I ain't just talking about on this panel, I'm talking about in life. If y'all keep letting these women keep embarrassing y'all, then y'all can't complain about how y'all looked at as society, because she is the very definition of an angry black woman, and she wouldn't even let nobody else speak. She act like this is her panel.
True.
I knew she was gonna shit a brick when she got on here.
But look, 2K, you started the excuse my language. You started the shit. You started it.
It was gonna happen regardless if 2K said something. It don't matter. She was ready to go to war when she
was
first got
ready.
up.
She was gonna be turned. I never said nothing about it, and she was coming at me.
Exactly.
I met her with cool.
It took me 15 minutes to realize who she was. I didn't know what the hell was going on. The chat figured out who she was before.
Hold on.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, y'all don't understand when that happened. Black men were under attack.
Facts.
Y'all don't help black women. Y'all let this happen. It was like the Kamala thing with a brick.
They attacked me too because I said she was lying.
And you know she doing her live from a car. You got
Okay.
with a brick.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, here's the thing. I just want to say something. I'm
Well,
going to
she's
exit the
back.
I'm still
conversation because
wondering
I
if
have
I
to
can
leave.
answer the
Hold on,
question.
hold on, y'all. Hold
There
on,
she
hold on,
goes.
hold
She
on,
back
hold
at it,
on, hold
I'm
on.
y'all.
gonna leave.
Hold on,
Don't
hold
leave,
on, hold
Rose.
on.
First,
Don't
We
leave.
about
Hold
the hot
on,
Anton,
shit.
I'm
y'all.
gonna
Okay,
Give
leave
me
I'm
because
not
I don't.
about to sit
She
up here
back
give me
with
a
at
you
it.
second. We
all
got a
night.
whole night. We gonna get through this
Anton,
shit.
first of all, I didn't
Hold
interrupt.
on,
Thank you
She
babe.
for the
back
Hold
at
on.
it.
Hold
conversation.
on. Let me set the
And no, I
rules.
don't want to be muted. I'm just gonna.
No, you can't fucking come up here.
Hold on,
You get
Rose.
the no. This is how we gonna do it. Either you gonna be cordial
It's
and
okay.
you gonna participate the whole night, or you can't come up here and get your shit off and leave. Either you gonna give grace and be able to have a conversation with everybody and not run off as a victim and think you gonna get your shit off and leave, or you can just leave right now. Because everybody got to get into this, and we're gonna have a conducive conversation. We're gonna go over multiple different subjects, and you not gonna be the highlight, you not gonna be the victim, and we not gonna bring up your situation no more. If you want to stick around and chill, then that's cool. You're gonna wait your turn like everybody else. We're gonna have a great conversation, or you can leave right now. But I'm not about to let you come up here, get your shit off, and leave.
So I'm gonna put the links to the description and the links to this. Look in the description. The links to the video will be in the description. If you want to watch the video in its entirety uninterrupted, for that, go ahead. And this is like some crazy shit. But right now, Anton Daniels did a like amazing night on this subject right here. I think it was handled well. It could have went either way. Like, he really could have cut in, but you gotta be kind, cool, and collective. So I think he handled it well. 2K went in. I kind of wish 2K would have went in a little more, and it was warranted. But it is what it is. If I was on this panel, boy, but you already know. But it is what it is. So hey, thanks for watching the win. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe, leave a comment. Till next time I see y'all cats. Peace.